Picture this: a guy in a ridiculous red suit, two katanas strapped to his back, and a mouth that literally never shuts up, going up against the most powerful and psychotic being on the planet. You'd say that fight ends in 3 seconds, and it actually does. Homelander rips Deadpool's head clean off with one casual swipe. The problem is, 30 seconds later, the head grows back. This video is the full breakdown of what happened when the most annoying mercenary in the Marvel Universe showed up in the boys' world and decided, out of pure boredom, to turn Homelander's life into a public nightmare. Spoiler alert, Homelander had never faced anyone immune to fear. And when you can't scare Deadpool, you can't defeat him. Period. Before we dive in, let me set something straight. Homelander, in raw power terms, is basically a god. He flies, shoots laser beams from his eyes, takes nuclear blasts to the face, can hear a conversation from miles away. He's practically invincible, but there's one thing the entire universe of the boys doesn't have: anyone with a healing factor. In the world of Compound V, Soups can die. Compound V doesn't regenerate severed limbs in seconds. Compound V doesn't bring anyone back from the dead. And that's exactly what makes Wade Wilson the most bizarre opponent Homelander could ever face. Because his entire tyranny is built on one thing: fear. Everyone is afraid of him. Vought is afraid. The government is afraid. The other Soups are afraid. His own son is afraid. But Deadpool? Wade Wilson has died literally 1,000 times. He treats death the way you treat a sneeze. And worse, he knows he's inside a story. He breaks the fourth wall. When these two collide, the whole game changes. It all starts with a Vought experiment that goes catastrophically wrong. Stan Edgar, always trying to stay a few steps ahead of the competition, greenlights a research team to study interdimensional technology. The plan was ambitious: import Soups from parallel universes and build a team even stronger than the Seven. They opened the portal. They expected something controllable, trainable. They get Deadpool, headfirst, falling straight into the lab, with a Mexican burrito hanging out of his mouth and a rusty katana in his hand. His first reaction is to look at the security camera and say, "Damn, this universe looks like one of those Amazon Prime adult shows." He breaks the fourth wall in the first scene. The scientists try to contain him. He shoots everyone in classic Deadpool fashion, commenting on each shot, making jokes about the blood, quoting 90s movies. Within an hour, he's already left the facility, eaten a chimichanga in Manhattan, and figured out, just by turning on a TV in some random bar, who Homelander is. And then he smiles. Alright, so this guy is basically Superman, except if Superman were your cousin's worst boyfriend. I gotta meet this clown. Deadpool does the most Deadpool thing imaginable. He rents a giant party truck, hires a full mariachi band, and parks right outside Vought Tower, screaming into a megaphone. "Hey, Cookie Boy! Get down here! I got a proposal for you! It's either a fight or a romantic dinner, we'll figure it out." The press is covering everything. Cameras are streaming it live. Vought is panicking. Homelander, irritated for the first time in months, comes flying down. Lands right in front of Deadpool with that look of someone about to vaporize him in 0.2 seconds. And Deadpool, with absolutely zero ceremony, turns to the side, looks straight at the camera, literally breaking the fourth wall, and says, "Folks, watch this carefully. I'm about to die. But pay attention. This guy here's our antagonist. He thinks this is the final chapter of my story. Sweetie, I'm already in Act 2. Homelander doesn't understand a single word. Doesn't matter. He raises his hand and vaporizes Deadpool with a double laser beam from his eyes. On national television. Live. To millions of people watching at home. Headlines from 50 different cities go viral. Homelander disintegrates red-suited mercenary on live TV. Everything's fine, right? Wrong. 30 seconds later, still on the broadcast, 2 feet start sprouting from the asphalt. Then legs, then a torso. And Deadpool, regenerating from absolute zero, stands up, dusts off his suit, and says, "See, people? I told you." Chapter 2. Where's my burrito? From this point on, it becomes a humiliation cycle. Homelander starts losing his patience. He tries everything, rips Deadpool's head off with one hand, the body falls, the head rolls away. 30 seconds later, a new head grows back on the body. The old head still on the ground says, "Heads up, everyone. Feel free to throw my head into a meat grinder. I got 2 spares back home." Drops him from 40,000 feet up in the sky. Wade falls, splatters into the streets of Manhattan, ends up looking like a human pancake. 5 minutes later, bones reconnect, skin regenerates, he stands up, asks a random pedestrian for the time, throws him into a vat of molten steel. Wade melts, Wade boils. Wade literally cooks. When the vat cools down, what's left is a Deadpool with no skin, all exposed muscle tissue saying, "Damn, this turned into Mortal Kombat and nobody told me." And every single one of these attempts is being filmed. Live. On national TV. The memes start exploding. Hashtag Homelander losing. Trending worldwide. Vought, in total panic mode, tries to suppress the footage. Useless. Everyone has already seen it. Everyone has already made jokes. For the first time in his life, Homelander is being publicly humiliated, and he has no idea how to react. Then Deadpool figures out the real play. He stops trying to fight, sits on the rooftop of a building right across from Vought Tower, grabs a paper cup of coffee, and starts talking. And that's when Homelander truly breaks. Wade Wilson somehow knows, probably because he broke the fourth wall and read the entire show's script, every single one of Homelander's traumas, and he rubs them in his face on national television. You cry because your son prefers his human dad, right? And that whole thing with Madeline? Folks, you guys gotta see this. What, this dude was literally breastfeeding from his boss. Like cute red onesie and everything. Imagine his therapist. Oh wait, he killed his therapist. Nuclear level memes flood the internet within seconds. And the whole compound V thing, man. You weren't born super, you were manufactured in a test tube. Like a Diet Coke. You know what kind of product comes out of a lab and still nobody loves? You. That's you, buddy. Homelander starts trembling. His eyes water up. He tries to scream, but the crowd is already laughing. Not laughing nervously out of fear. Actually laughing, and that, for him, is more painful than any laser beam he could ever take to the chest. Because his entire aura always depended on one thing. People shaking around him. For the first time in his life, the monster can't intimidate anyone. The physical fight never actually ends because it's mathematically impossible. Homelander can't kill Deadpool. Deadpool can't meaningfully hurt Homelander. But the psychological war is over. And Deadpool wins by a landslide because he exposed Homelander to the entire world. The aura of invincibility cracked. The image of divinity melted on camera. The collective fear turned into collective laughter. And once fear dies, the entire Vought empire starts collapsing. Butcher calls Deadpool, offering him a spot on the boys. Wade declines, claiming he prefers the multiverse gig and that Carl Urban yells too damn much. Stan Edgar, in silence, realizes the game has changed forever. The American government, watching Homelander's weakness exposed live on air, starts mobilizing. Younger soups start challenging him. Kids stop wanting his costume for Halloween. And Homelander, in the final scene, flies off alone to an isolated field in the middle of nowhere. Sits down in the grass, stares at the horizon, and realizes, maybe for the first time in his life, that he's vulnerable. Not to a punch, not to a bullet, to a joke. Deadpool, meanwhile, opens up another chimichanga and tells the camera, "Folks, always remember, dictators fall the moment people stop being afraid. Sometimes all it takes is one red-suited maniac with a healing factor to kick off the whole process. And by the way, I charge a lot for social therapy, just so you know." Then he finds a portal back to the Marvel universe and disappears. Leaves the chaos behind him. When Deadpool meets Homelander, the world of the boys discovers a truth that was always there, hidden underneath the compound phi and the Vought propaganda. Tyranny isn't held in place by force. It's held in place by fear. And when someone shows up immune to fear, someone who can't be killed, can't be silenced, can't be intimidated, the most powerful monster in the universe turns into the biggest joke on the planet. Homelander wasn't taken down by a punch. He was taken down by a laugh. public, recorded, viralized, and once the laughter shows up, the fear never comes back. Deadpool didn't win a fight, he won a narrative. And in an era where image is more powerful than physical strength, that's the cruelest possible victory. Now tell me down in the comments, do you think this is really the only way to defeat Homelander? Or is there some other Marvel hero, or hero from any other universe, who could humiliate him just like this? Drop your favorite candidate. I'm gonna read every single one. And if you enjoyed this absurd scenario, the kind that only works when you smash together universes that should never meet, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell. Because I'm already cooking up the next crossover, and it has the potential to be one of the craziest ones I've ever done. See you in the next video.